Well, what were your experiences growing up that shaped your concern for the environment?
Well, I grew up in the 60s, and there were events that startled people into worrying that the quality of our air and our water was being destroyed in ways that made them unusable and downright harmful to humans. Rachel Carson's Silent Spring was published, and that made us aware that we were poisoning our birds. Ohio's Cuyahoga River burned,
Burn on, Big River.
and Lake Erie was deemed too polluted for swimming. And that was shocking to me because we lived near Lake Erie in the 50s, and that was our beach. So the river and the lake were cleaned up, and that showed that repair is possible if there's enough outcry.
Yeah, like when I moved here in the 70s, there was a big problem with smog in the Bay Area. You could see the smog all over the bay driving down the hill. But now it's been mostly cleaned up. And it just shows that the human actions can actually make a big difference.
Yeah, yeah. But then came concerns about acid rain in the Northeast and Love Canal in New York and mountaintop removal in Appalachia, which blows the top off of mountains so that they can get to the coal seams more easily. And that causes all kinds of environmental problems. And all of those issues were concerning to me. And then on top of that, layered on that was the looming threat of climate change as publicized by Al Gore in the 90s.
Yeah, I remember the Al Gore inconvenient truth and the realization of that urgency that was illustrated so shockingly by that big hockey stick
Hockey
graph
stick.
showing how quickly things are changing.
Yeah, yeah. And now the severe problem of plastic waste. And it's been so infuriating learning how we've been lied to for decades by the plastic industry as well as the fossil fuel industry.
Well, how does your faith come into this?
Well, I was and continue to be so comforted to have found a faith community where my concerns about the environment are heard and understood and matched by so many in the congregation. We share a common belief that the God of the Old Testament has commanded us to take care of nature.
Yes, and I like the mission statement from the First Pres Environmental Working Group, and it states, uh, our biblical mandate to care for the least of these inspires us to seek environmental justice for those whose lives are disproportionately affected by climate change.
Yeah. We're so happy to be working with the Earth Care team at Valley Pres to address some of these issues.
Even in a small way.